Now, Maxwell, we're going to rewind things. Why don't you talk to the people about how the patch helps you out?
So I use the X39 patch, the Aeon patch, and the X49 patch. So the X39 is like the base patch that, kind of helps base with everything. I use the Aeon for, like cognitive function, stuff like that. Personally, really helps me focus and a bunch of different things there. And then the X49 patch is like the sports patch, which helps with like speed, endurance, stamina, that kind of stuff. And I've seen just noticeable like huge improvement from these patches, so it's really great.
Yeah, 100%. How long have you been on it again? I think you got on before me, didn't you? Or around the same
Yep,
time, maybe?
it's
Yeah,
been probably like 6 months.
yeah. Yeah, same here, about 6 months. Yeah, yeah. And did you notice a significant difference around the second month?
I did. I noticed actually pretty close in. I just felt like my focus was a lot sharper and I was more on task and like more time efficient, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what about your sleep? Has it helped you with that?
Yeah, so I forgot about that one. I also
Mm-hmm.
wear a patch. It's called the beauty patch. It helps with skin and stuff like that. And I noticed it helps me with sleep a lot. I've been getting much deeper sleep, sleeping not necessarily longer periods, but just getting deeper sleep so when you wake up you feel more rested and like recovered and stuff like that.
100%. Same thing
Yeah.
here, man. And that's a huge game changer, especially with athletes and travel athletes. Let me shout out some people roll in. Vikas rolled in. Vlog, I got him. Andres, we got you. Okay, so we're up. We're caught up. Um, yeah, from recovery perspective as a travel athlete, what up? What up, Vikas? How you doing? How you doing? Najir, what's going on, Najir? Keep rolling in. We're talking this right here, right now. We're talking this, talking patches right now. But talking about you travel athletes, I don't care what the sport is, your schedule is ridiculous. So if you have a way to get extra sleep and productive sleep, it's going to change your performance. It's going to take your performance to another level. On top of all the effects that you're already feeling, is there any other effects that you we talked about sleep? How about strength?
Strength, I feel like I'll say it's easier almost to build strength. I'm not sure
Mhm.
exactly where that's coming from, but I feel more motivated and energized to go do those things, one. And then two, like after weightlifting or something like that, on the backside of that, I feel like less sore, more recovered, stuff like that, ready to take on the next task.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the soreness because I get that from a lot of pitchers. Um, if you pitch 5 innings, your arm is hanging. The next day, your lat, everything that decelerates the arm is so sore. I have pitchers tell me, some of them, that they felt that they could go the next day, which after pitching 5 innings, which is incredible. And I know you're still young, but basketball is basketball. You're getting those joints beat up,
Hmm.
and it adds up because you're like I said, the crazy travel schedule. You can play X amount of games back to back to back for a whole week, maybe, or a couple games, maybe what
Yeah,
two in a day, maybe three.
yeah, two or three, sometimes four on like Sunday. Yeah.
So, how did you feel joint wise and body wise prior to starting the patches after those tough games?
So before I started the patches, I had some what they consider jumper's knee, which can be like tendonitis and things like that, or joint pain here or there. And I just feel kind of like all around my body be sore, especially in some areas, certain areas. And then once I started using the patches too, like if there's like a certain area that's like bothering you, I'd put the patch there and it'd help get the blood flow and help improve there. And I just feel like overall, like my knees don't hurt as bad. And during the game, I have more energy like fourth quarter to keep going.
Man, that's huge in basketball. Do your
Mm.
teammates notice? Coaches notice?
Yes, I think they do. My
Yeah.
coach is a former NFL player. He used to wear them too when he played. So
Okay. So, how long has he been out? He retired not too long ago.
it was a while ago.
It was okay. Okay. Well, the company's been around for over 20 years, so
Hmm.
makes sense. And you know how not this particular, not any of the patches we're talking about, but Stanford University uses the patch as the energy patch,
Mm,
and they've
yeah.
been using it since the world famous uh, swimmer that went to Stanford. Can't think of his name. Can't think of his name. Shoot.
Michael
Drawing a
Phelps?
blank. Yes, Michael Phelps. Yeah. They've been using it that long, right? And
Hmm.
listen to this, folks. The results were so out of the norm when they were using the patches, they had to be retested back in the day, back in the 2000, 2014 it was, or 14 or 15. Of course, they came up a negative because this is non-transdermal, meaning it doesn't enter the body. It literally just sits on the skin and reflects the light that I mentioned earlier. So if you're an athlete, professional athlete, you can't get popped because it doesn't enter the system, enter the body in any way. It doesn't penetrate the skin. So, yeah, great stuff, man. Yeah, great stuff. You have anything else?
I think that's it. What you just said is huge. Nothing, you're not putting anything into your body, so that's just important. You're really just sitting it on there, and it's working its magic.
100%, 100%. All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna
Yes,
close this
sir.
out pretty soon. So, I guess I'll see you next week?
Yes, sir. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Have a good one.
All right.
Appreciate you again.
Bye. See you.
Bye bye. All right. Appreciate my man.